Well, it was a day where we didn't know exactly what we were going to get from Tiger Woods, John, but I think Tiger fans celebrated everywhere when we saw it's his lowest opening round in a major since 2012. What is one big takeaway from what you saw and heard from Tiger on Thursday?
I certainly saw a little bit of competitive rust the first 12 holes. It looked like there's some good. Putter looked very comfortable in his hands. He's getting that feel with that. Didn't really drive the ball very well for the first 12 holes and then the tee shot at number 4. But he took advantage then of a good layup, hit a beautiful iron shot in there, and from then on it was Tiger Woods. It was driving the ball in the fairway, getting the ball to hole high. Making some timely putts. Unfortunate bogey there at number 8, but there was a lot of bogeys at 8, toughest hole on the golf course yesterday. But once I think he got into that competitive mode again and shook the rust off a little bit. And it's hard to explain to people, and Robert, you know this, that it's shaking that rust off. It doesn't take 2 or 3 rounds. It can just take a couple holes to get that feel. And once he got that feeling with his driver, Robert, he gave himself some opportunities, and we saw some vintage iron shots then from Tiger on the incoming 9 holes.
No doubt about it. There were some swings that were a little loose. Well, very early they were pretty good, then a little loose. But you're right. Even someone that's as seasoned as Tiger is still susceptible to rust, but he's also susceptible to shaking that rust pretty quickly. And it looked like he did for the most part. There were still some shots that weren't great. I mean, but maybe I'm measuring him to who he used to be, which he seemed like every shot was great and every putt went in and every putt that didn't go in looked like it was going to go in. I thought it was pretty interesting that he's gone to a slightly longer putter. He doesn't like to bend over as much. They make these little suction cups that fit on the end of your grip. He could just turn it over and get it out of the hole like that. I think that would be epic if we could get Tiger Woods to do that. But a slightly longer putter for a guy that opens and closes the putter face is a good thing. It helps release the putter face. The longer the club is, the more it kind of releases. It makes me think he wasn't quite happy with the way he was squaring it up at the bottom. If you're a square-to-square putter, like kind of a Stricker or even me, a shorter putter is better because it's easier to stay under your shoulders and kind of rock back and forth. So my guess is that little bit longer putter, he wasn't happy with exactly the way he was squared at impact, so he can rotate it and release the putter a little more with a slightly longer putter.
Maybe we should get Tiger one of those ball retrievers, while we're at it, if he's missing a Bridgestone over there on the shores of Lake Merced. Listen, history's made on Sundays, but it begins on Thursdays. And in Tiger's 15 major championship wins, his scoring average in the first round is 68.9. He's aware of that. He shot 68 yesterday, and it's right where he needs to be. And when he's gone on to win majors and make history on Sunday, it's because on Thursday he didn't shoot himself out of the tournament. He knows this. He knows how important it is that he's in touch with Jason Day and Brendan Dodd. I thought yesterday was probably about as perfect a round in terms of where he is relative to the rest of the field as he could ask for. Comfortable on the golf course, comfortable with his body, shaking off the rust. One tournament since the restart. Now this is his second. He has to be absolutely thrilled, quietly, I believe, with where he sits right now.
I think a lot of the opening round questions was about whether he could shake off the rust in tournament play. His best strokes gained putting performance since January, so it was really, really cool to see him heating up on the greens, Robert. As for today, now he's going off later. In terms of the conditions, the weather out there is very prone to changing pretty quickly. We saw that yesterday. Any concerns? If Tiger is to be contending on the final stretch on a Sunday, what do you need to see from him over the next few days?
Body. I thought he made great adjustments on later in the day, and I think today he'll go out assuming that it's as sunny as it was yesterday afternoon, and swing a little freer, hit a few more fairways, and just play kind of Tiger Woods golf. And he knows how to win these major championships. Obviously, he doesn't have to go out and shoot 64. He's positioned himself beautifully after the first round, maybe a 3 under today, something like that. But I think I honestly expect to see a few more fairways and a little less stressful round, less bogeys, a little simpler out of him today. I was encouraged by what I saw yesterday.
Cookie, major championship golf, it's a 4-part play. And Jack Nicklaus used to say he didn't want to play his best golf on Thursday. He wanted to work his way into the weekend. What's Tiger's philosophy, his approach to winning major championships?
Oh, well, it's preparation the week before. It's not the preparation during the week. And he kind of eases his way into these major championships as well. Today, the temperatures are supposed to be in the mid-60s, which, up in the San Francisco Bay Area feels like it's 85 degrees. So you take those 65-degree days with the sun out. Wind's supposed to be blowing at a little bit of a west-southwest clip, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour. So you're going to have to pay attention to that. But it certainly looked like Tiger got comfortable the last few holes, last 9 holes, the incoming 9. That's exactly what Jack did. You kind of play yourself into that first round. You start to get comfortable. And from then on, like Robert said, if he drives the ball well today, gets that feeling back with his driver, eliminates the two-way miss and only has the one, he's going to set up those iron shots. And it's certainly a second-shot golf course there at TPC Harding Park. It looks pretty good. If he's comfortable starting, he'll be there at the end.
Yeah, Cookie, you reminded me actually, you spoke of his preparation the week before when we were all Isleworth members and Tiger practiced out there. I remember, he was a hard worker at all times, but it wasn't phenomenal. He wasn't like sun up to sun down. But the week before a major, it was different. You could see the purpose to each shot he was hitting. Before Augusta, he would go to the sides of the tee box on the range and hit way above his feet, down hills. Practice, find the craziest little chip and try to practice that chip. Have the people mow the greens really tight and fast. It was so purposeful that it was kind of amazing. I'd never seen anybody do that. I figured you prepare all your life, you hope you play well then. But he prepared totally differently for a major championship than anything else.
Tiger Woods does everything differently compared to everyone else. Well, Tiger Woods is in the mix at TPC Harding Park. That opening round of 2 under sees him right up there and also outplayed the young guns in his group as well with Rory McIlroy and Justin Thomas. So that was also impressive. His second round gets underway at 4:58 p.m. Eastern.